Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. Lots been talked about Cole Palmer, lots been talked about Chelsea's performance against Liverpool. Apparently, it wasn't good. Some parts of the fan base a little bit disgruntled by that performance that we had against Liverpool. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean, I'm seeing quite a bit of negativity on social media, and some people are saying that Cole Palmer was a ghost in that game. He doesn't show up in big matches, and then also some parts of the fan base is saying that we're just not good enough. We're not going to be able to compete for anything this season. Not title, but whether it's top four or anything substantial, because we're just not good enough to beat the top teams. And it wasn't a good performance against Liverpool. We didn't have any threat. We were just, Liverpool had no trouble. This is the narrative that I'm getting from social media. And I have to say, that is far from the truth. That is so far from the truth. I mean, if a lot of you guys just watch the game again, and I don't need to watch it the second time. I was quite convinced after watching the first game, first time. We went to Anfield and we had a really good game plan. We did not. I don't know where this notion's coming from that Liverpool dominated us. We did not allow them to dominate. There was large parts where they were sitting back and they were bombing the long balls to Salah or Nunez or whoever else they had up front, and they were trying to catch us on the transition, on the counter. And most of the times we've done all right. Besides the two errors, I don't recall them having big chances to score goals. I really don't recall that. Yes, we didn't really threaten their goalkeeper either. I understand that, but we were there and thereabouts in the box. There's a stat that's going around. We had the most touches in the box than any other Premier League teams coming to Anfield. And also the stats will say, I think Liverpool had the least amount of shots against any oppositions at Anfield as well. So overall, they just won by fine margins, man. Honestly, Liverpool just won by fine margins. It could have easily been a draw. We did not have a bad game one bit. Yeah, there were some individual performances that went up to the mark, but overall, as a team, I thought we held ourselves quite highly. If you compare what we did last season, where we capitulated against them, it was nothing like that. As I said, it could have very easily gone our way. We had chances to put away. Check this out. Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones has made our fan base believe that he's had, Cole Palmer in his pocket the entire match. Cole Palmer, if you don't remember, ladies and gentlemen, he had at least two minimum chances. He had two minimum chances to score goals. Minimum two chances. Even on his poor day, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Cole Palmer had a fantastic game. No, not at all. He was quiet. He didn't have a great game to his usual standards, but there was still minimum two chances that he had to score goals. One of them was in the first half, and then the second one is in the second half. This is what Curtis Jones has to say. We know how important Cole Palmer is and how many goals he scores, so I had it in my mind to keep him quiet, and it is a huge part of their game gone. Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie. Curtis Jones had a top game. I mean, Mo Salah was the man of the match for me, for sure. I think the official man of the match was actually Caicedo, but Mo Salah had a devastating game, and very close second is probably Curtis Jones. But for Curtis Jones to come out and say that, he kept Cole Palmer quiet, no problems. Yeah, Cole Palmer did not have the best game, from recent times. But any other day, had Cole Palmer taken those couple of chances, then we would not be in this particular conundrum right now, thinking that, Cole Palmer put on an absolute disaster class. Large parts of the Chelsea fan base saying that, this guy doesn't show up in big matches. It's not true, man. It's not true. Have a look at what Cole Palmer did in Euros for England, literally carrying England off the bench, and in the final as well, equalizing in a big moment to change the momentum. Honestly, for people to have a negative conversation about Cole Palmer, it's very, very strange. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Yes, Cole Palmer didn't have the greatest game, but I still believe that he was a couple of moments away from scoring goals in that match that could have changed the tide. And Chelsea definitely didn't have a bad game. Definitely didn't have a bad game. And I think, in all honesty, I think Chelsea's on the right track, man. I'm hoping very much. This is what's very, very important now in the upcoming matches in the Premier League, in the Conference League, that we change things around, that we end up picking up the victories, especially in the Premier League next up against Newcastle. We need to pick up a victory. And this is the thing. We can't allow this particular loss to now snowball effect into more losses. We need to go out there and get back into the winning formula of things, and I'm pretty confident that we will. From the performance that I saw against Liverpool, it gave me believe that we're not the same Chelsea anymore that was under the new ownership for the past 2 seasons. There is something brewing. There is something changing. Kudos to Maresca. Kudos to the players showing such growth and maturity. You can see it. Being 1-0 down at Anfield with that crowd, with that stadium, to be able to come back. That shows some level of testament. Do you know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. I just think that it's a bit unnecessary for people to have a bit of negative conversation in regards to Cole Palmer and our performance against Liverpool. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Reece James. This is what he had to say post-match. If we step back and look at the performance and what we were trying to do, we have come a long way. It is still early days. We haven't been with the manager long. And also, on top of that, Reece James is a key component. We haven't had him fit God knows how long. So once this guy hopefully can get all of his injuries behind him, and then he stays fit and he's got a consistency of games, that'll change us. I was very impressed by his performance yesterday. A lot of people are having a go at the second goal that we conceded, where I think it was a culmination of many people making errors. First of all, Malo Gusto, you should not be allowing Salah that much space to cut in on his left and then whip in an inverted cross. You need to be able to close that down. Secondly, Tosin needs to be aware where the runners are coming from. Where if you want to be a defender at Chelsea Football Club and you want to make a mark in this football club, then you've got to step up your game a lot more. So Tosin was culpable as well. Reece James, of course, ball watching. He needs to be more aware and see that Curtis Jones was making that run, and he needs to go in and close that down. But it is his first game. I don't want to blame him for his first game. He looked very sharp. He looked very, very sharp defensively. Besides that situation, he looked very good, and on the ball, he looked very good. And then on top of that, Sanchez, he should have come out a lot earlier to close down that space for Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones had too much time and space to maneuver that little dink or shot, that tap in that he did, right? Sanchez should have been on him from the get-go. So I don't want to just sit here and just blame Reece James. But I agree with Reece James that if you look at the performance against Liverpool, it wasn't bad. Yes, we're all disappointed for the loss. Don't get me wrong. But as Maresca said post-match, if you're going to lose, you probably want to lose in that manner. Reece James, I think we controlled most of the games. They had chances. We had few chances as well, but we didn't take them. We're definitely moving in the right direction. The scoreline doesn't reflect the game. I agree, man. I think at the end of the day, a draw was probably deserved. Romeo Lavia on Liverpool defeat. I think we played a very good game overall. Whether we deserved more, that's difficult for me to say, but I thought we created a lot of chances and controlled the game in large spells. Once again, fully agree with Romeo Lavia, and I think we did deserve a draw. And this particular individual played a fantastic game. Another player that is littered with injuries, but the level of performance he put up against Liverpool, it's clear to see. If he's fully fit once a week, I don't mind. Him and Caicedo needs to be the double pivot. There's no two ways about that. The ground that he can cover, the physicality that he has, the pace, the power, the ball-playing ability, he's got it all. Athleticism and technical ability. And he's the right partner for Caicedo. I've got no issues for Enzo to come in off the bench for the time being until he can find his rhythm and his range. And then he can play in the Conference League as well. I know it's a shame. 100 million player, you want to play him in the Conference League. But Romeo Lavia is just damn good. You need to keep playing him in the Premier League. Next up, Newcastle. I really want to see Romeo Lavia and Caicedo continue. And once again, I agree with Romeo Lavia in the sense that overall, We had a very good game against Liverpool. Romeo Lava continues to say, we knew we were playing a really strong side, and unfortunately Liverpool came out on top, but I think there are a lot of positives we can take from this game to take for the rest of the season. Yeah, and we also have to understand, Liverpool, the team, has been together for a very, very long time. There's a lot of experienced players there, a lot of leaders there. Arne Slot came in and literally they weren't even bothered that they didn't make that many transfers in the summer window, because the team is already quality enough to do something meaningful in this season. We, on the other hand, Maresca had to come in and different style of football, a lot of changes, a lot of new players in, turmoil in the football club in terms of the new owners coming in, the sporting directors. We just haven't seen enough success at all in the first 2 years. So it's two different stages, and for us to still go there at Anfield and show the kind of character that we did, it's definitely a great testament to the team and to Maresca and everyone involved. Romeo Lavia, of course, I'm very happy with the minutes I got, and it's pleasing to be back in action and helping the team. I'm a competitor though, and I want to win, so I'm disappointed with the result. It's a day of mixed feelings, really. Of course, as we all said, disappointing, the result, but I don't think we need to be too harsh on the players in terms of the performance. Yes, of course, there are certain individuals, I've said it in my review, that I was a little bit annoyed. One of them being Levi Colwell. I expected Levi Colwell to have a flawless game. These are the games where I need Levi Colwell to show me that he is the true leader that we are envisioning down the track to one day lead Chelsea Football Club. I can't have Levi Colwell make mistakes and be shaky in certain parts of the game during certain moments, periods of the game. I can't have him. He needs that flawless game, especially against the big six. The fact that he made an error, critical error that led to a penalty, and before that as well, he was a bit shaky against Mo Salah. He needs to fine-tune that. And of course, there were other players that I wasn't happy with. But I hold Levi Colwell at the highest level, and I want him to perform on these crucial matches. Moses Caicedo via Instagram, it wasn't the result we wanted, but in every match we show our work and desire. We'll keep fighting for more. And I love this. And then, of course, that has been the biggest difference. I think since the new ownership took over in the first season and last season, there were times where you got the feeling that the players simply didn't give 2 cents about the football club. Now you can see the players, they care, man. They care. And we're showing a different maturity where even when we're behind, we don't put our head down. We try and claw back into the game. And we have a couple of times this season already been behind, coming back and winning games. I think Wolves was one of them. In this game, we didn't win, but we showed that we're not going to capitulate after being behind. So, yeah, I agree. Once again, I agree with Caicedo that the desire can be seen. The work and the desire can definitely be seen. Nicholas Jackson via Instagram, we keep fighting. Look, one thing I'm going to say about Nicholas Jackson is this brother needs to calm down and stop unnecessary fights during the game. Yesterday, picked up another yellow card. Look, I love the fact that he scored a goal. Lovely finish for the goal, and the fact that he kept onside is a big thing, because generally he gets himself offside. Besides that, there wasn't much else that he did in the game. I wanted to see a little bit more from him, get a bit more involved. But Liverpool were deep at most parts of the game when we had the ball, or large parts of the game, and it probably made it a bit difficult for Nicholas Jackson to do what he wanted to do. He needs a bit of space. But yeah, Nicholas Jackson, he just needs to calm down. There's just too much unnecessary fights. He pipes up too much. He needs to understand when to protest and when not to protest. There's just times where I feel like he's just a bit too hot-headed unnecessarily, and that is the part of the game that he definitely needs to sort out. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Enzo Maresca and Robert Sanchez. I'm very happy with Robert. He's doing fantastic with us, not only in building from the back, but also making saves. Look, there's a lot of conversation that's happening in regards to the goalkeeping position. A lot of people talking about Robert Sanchez. Some are saying, look, Maresca praising Robert Sanchez, very, very happy with him. Look, of course, he's not going to come in media and just smash Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez is one of our keepers, along with Jurgensen, who we're going to talk about. Seems like he's the Premier League goalkeeper, but I have to be honest. Yes, he's done well. Yes, he's made some, fine efforts so far this season, which has won us points or saved us points. But going forward, we need a world-class goalkeeper. Chelsea Football Club deserves a world-class goalkeeper. A goalkeeper that is equally good with shot stopping and ball playing ability, and it doesn't look shaky. Robert Sanchez at times looks very shaky, and against Liverpool definitely looked shaky. This for me isn't a long-time Chelsea goalkeeper that we can truly rely on. He's a decent goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, but he's not a long-term goalkeeper that is going to be rock solid in goalkeeping position. I mean, if you look at some of the goalkeepers that we've had, right, in the likes of Peter Cech and the likes of Thibaut Courtois, he's not of that ilk. We need someone of that particular ilk. Philippe Jorgensen was absent yesterday after suffering suspected concussion with Denmark under-21s. No adverse symptoms since, but the club is following FA protocols. Hope he can return in time for Thursday's Conference League clash versus Panathinaikos. Look, he's another goalkeeper. He's impressed in a few matches in the Conference League, but once again, I am not getting that feeling that he's a long-term Chelsea goalkeeper. He's an absolute blockbuster shot stopper, and then he's great on the ball. He's decent on the ball. Don't get me wrong. He's actually pretty good on the ball. I want to see him continue doing well in the Conference League, and if he's good enough to challenge Robert Sanchez in the Premier League, then no problems. Let's do that. But right now, I think we still need to be cautious that a lot of people are asking for this guy to make an appearance in the Premier League as opposed to Robert Sanchez, but he's also, in my opinion, is not the answer at the moment. As I said, Chelsea Football Club needs a world-class goalkeeper, and I don't think we have one right now. Broken record. Estevao Willian has reached 17 goals and assists in the 2024 Brasileirão and surpasses Neymar's 16 goal assist in the 2009 Brasileirão, which is big, man. Neymar, we saw what Neymar went on to do, and Neymar at that point was huge. It was a big sensation for Estevao Willian to break that record. That's massive. He scored and he assisted again in the last 24 hours in the Brazilian league, and Estevao Willian is a monster. I can't wait for this monster to arrive at Chelsea Football Club next season. I think he's going to be a bit of a revelation for us, and I think he'll go strength to strength and become an absolute superstar for Chelsea Football Club. I've got no doubt about that. Hopefully he stays fit, and hopefully his mind can stay focused and perform well for Chelsea. Estevao is now the under-17 player with the most goals and assists in the Brasileirão edition this century. Fantastic achievement. Can't wait to see these guys' growth. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the latest in all of Chelsea news right now. Let's see if there's anything that has popped on. No, there's some news in regards to Ben Chilwell, but really those are just old sort of news. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts in regards to how you felt about Curtis Jones talking about Cole Palmer, fan base talking about Cole Palmer and slandering him to a certain degree. People talking about us not having a great performance against Liverpool. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya.